I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Madness Entertainment Group's Monday edition of the Madness Open Draw Stream. I'm your host today, Levi Skeen. What is an open draw stream? Very simple. It's a place for your art to be seen. So if you have the ability to show your artwork while working, you're more than welcome to join us. Now, all that is said, it's a free-for-all today, guys. So if you want to promote anything, if you're a writer, artist, whatever, and we know you and you're cool, the link will be in the chat. Hit us up. You can come in here and you can promo yourself. Today I got joining me, Act Patters, known him as Mr. Peter D. How you doing today, man?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. And we also have with us Mr. Omer Glitch.
Hello, everyone. What's going on, Levi? What's up, Peter? Peter A. DeLuca?
What's up, sir?
Sir? Everybody's been pulling my sir because I keep saying sir to everybody.
Oh, I normally address people by sir. I didn't know that was a thing.
Respect. Yeah, it's nice. What are you working on today, Levi?
Same old, man. Got a
Gotta get
page
that.
of Galaxy Memorial Park. How's that showing up? Let's see
It's
here.
yeah, you can see it. Yeah, it's a
So
little light.
my goal for the day is, oh my God, she's on a telephone call. Oh my God, show compassion, cheat and do a Mark Silvestri silhouette.
Nice.
A look of concern. She's pausing, and then she's showing strength. So, yay. I get to do emotions today. All the really cool shit from a comic book artist, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, just don't pull that page from ISOM #1 where you're supposed to be emotional about the daughter that or the daughter of the friend of the sister or whatever that gets kidnapped.
Right.
That one page of like, who the fuck is this girl and why do we care? She's at a club being a hoe, whatever.
Yeah. Well, and that plot point is completely dropped by the time we get into ISOM #2. By the way.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter because it's all about pulling the guy from the club that he's the bad guy. He's the a-hole.
Yeah. So
He's
within
the
like
kingpin.
within 100 pages, roughly between those two, they couldn't resolve that plot point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty bizarre. Yeah.
Where are the editors? That's the question when it comes to those books.
Yeah. Where's the good writing? Period. Look, here's some Marvel sample pages I made. And I also went back and kind of like tweaked them a little bit to make them a little more spicy. I did 18 pages. I was gonna like put them together as a book and mail them off to Marvel as a little sample book.
Yeah.
But now I want to like fully color it up and like word bubble it and make it like a bootleg comic.
Oh, cool.
He's going through. He gets into a fight with Hulk. Or Hulk is raging in the city. He's like, "Oh damn, I gotta go try to calm Hulk down." So he goes and tries to calm Hulk down, and Hulk gives him a good old powwow. Gets smashed against the wall. Spidey's like, "Well, I gotta web you up, Bruce." And then he's like a big splash page of him trying to get him to calm down. He's like, "What's that stupid thing that Black Widow used to say in the movies or whatever?" I want to rip that phrase off. The sun's real low. The sun's real low. Bruce,
Oh yeah.
the sun's real low. Little homo moment. And so he's like, "Oh, the sun's real low." Like he's thinking about it, and then little Mark Silvestri silhouette type thing going on here too. Yep. And then women love ass, right? So I drew a Hulk ass. Try to give him some
But
some nice booty for the ladies. And then he's like, "Oh, the sun's real low, big fella." And he's like, "I know this webhead." And he's like, "Ah!" And then he shrinks back down to Bruce Banner. And Spidey's like, "Oh, you're back, Bruce. Great." And then here comes the ambulance. Wee. Go with the ambulance, Bruce, or whatever. And I'll see you later. And he takes off. And he's like, "I wonder what Matt Murdock's doing in Hell's Kitchen." So we get a shot of Murdock, the Kingpin, and then Black Widow. And then I totally ripped off this panel from freaking Joe Quesada because he's so awesome. And I was like, let me just do a Joe Q here for funsies. Right? And it looks dope as fuck, right? And so then we see Daredevil hanging out on this cool cross that never exists and is no in any real way saying heaven is this way. Right? Because I wanted a Spawn moment, right, with Daredevil. And then we have the high rise, and we have Kingpin sleeping, and he's dreaming about the Daredevil and kicking his ass. And he's like, "That Daredevil's always fouling me up." And then I stole this whole panel sequence from Frank Miller, where he's lighting up the cigarette, because David Mack made a big deal of referencing that in his documentary. I was like, "Oh, that's when I really got Daredevil." when Frank Miller made the Kingpin lit up that cigar, and since they don't like smoking anymore,
What,
he's like, let's put it back in
what?
there.
Yeah, what documentary? What documentary?
David Mack. I'll bring out the DVD in a second.
Got it, Pops.
Oh, like it's a David. Okay, yeah, it's a David Mack documentary.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So
Hey, real
Murdoch. Go ahead.
Hail to Ghost Pepper over in the pill chat.
Pilled. Hail Ghost Pepper. Yeah, I got Pilled and YouTube up. So then we have the nonsense of the lawyering, whatever. And then Matt Murdock's blah blah blah. He dreams of Elektra, blah blah blah. Kingpin, blah blah blah. And then we got a cool shot of Daredevil and Matt Murdock, and then he's like, "It's nighttime. I'm gonna go vigilante." So he's jumping off the roofs. He's over there. He fights a thug who's trying to, I don't know, do something in the alleyways. And then the Kingpin's overlooking the city. He's like, that Daredevil, he's always fouling up my plans. And then, like, he finds Daredevil and his. There's a little, like, I should put in some insert pages here, but those were like cover ideas. I am the devil, bitch.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then Black Widow and their love story. And then, this is Midnight for Rexy. So, anyways, that's 18 pages of what are these submissions?
Spider-Man and Daredevil.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
And a little Hulk. Yeah, so I kind of want to write it up and actually like color it and make it like a little mini comic or something. Anyways, you can stop spotlighting me. I know I'm a big deal, folks. I know I'm a big deal. Actually, before you, I was gonna say before you do that, I want to show you something real quick.
Zip,
Levi.
You almost got whiplash.
I know. Sorry, bud.
Go for it, dude.
Let me show you this real quick, Levi. This is for you. I did another little fan art piece. It's in pencil, but this is a silver bug. A little bit of a redesign because I didn't like the bulkiness of her old style costume, but I'm gonna give her like a metal skin on the big chunky parts instead of those big metal things that you had, which looks cool. Like it's older kind of classic Iron Man, but I wanted to make her sexy. So no disrespect.
Right. No. She's kind of got that whole different armors and stuff like Iron Man does.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, this might just fit in.
Yeah. No. It'll be like the Mark 12.
Yeah. Cool. So I just sexy pose, sexy silver bug there.
So that one that I made of her like clinging to the side of that building where she got the big old moon boots on her or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those moon boots.
Yeah, that's totally like I know it's not a real popular take, but I've always been a fan of the red and silver Centurion Iron Man suit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be a hot take. Now it's it's cool to like Century armor.
Yeah, I wanted to accentuate the boobies and the hips. That's all.
No, you can do whatever you want. It's the nice thing about Galaxy Memorial Park. We consider everything to be like in a huge timeline, and your version is your version. You're the artist that was filling in on that issue at that time. So
I do. Go ahead.
I was just going to say every artist has their own take on their run. A lot of them have to deal with
Yeah, I do want to do
redesigns.
a bigger piece where it's where it has your armor on there. I just wanted. This was just a quick fun piece. I was like, man, I really want to sketch that silver bug.
Right.
I just wanted to make her sexy.
Oh, you should see the piece that fucking Dio turned in. Dio, you need to come on if you're listening right now. I sent you the freaking link. Just come on and shill your book. Dionysus from the Tome of Reckoning.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So one of her power sets is
I don't know much about
so
it.
think of like what do they call those things? Like a potato bud where it will she'll turn into a ball, right? Her armor will allow her to like shell up, like she's like an insect trying to protect itself,
Oh, cool. Yeah,
like
yeah,
an armadillo or something like that, and
yeah.
she'll shoot across the room like a kickball.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog or something.
Basically, yeah, like Sonic mode. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a good description. So, Dio just drew the Sonic pose in the story that
Oh,
he's doing. So he turned in this
oh,
page where she's underneath the table in ball mode, and the gangsters are creeping up on the table, and she shoots out and fucking like beans one. She shoots out and basically ends up in the air, and this big like the ball explodes in this big like boom moment. So anyway, it was a pretty cool shot. The action's really
that's
starting to pick
awesome.
up, and yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. Finished this one last night with Rex at like 3 a.m. He did a impromptu like live stream in the middle of the night. I was like, what the
Right.
hell is Rex doing up?
Hey,
So I
is that
hung
a
out with him.
Spider-Man homage?
Yeah, this is a homoage to Amazing Spider-Man 300. And this is
Nice.
Statistical Zero. He was on with us on the studio on
Oh,
Saturday
right.
night. He came
Stat
on for a
Zero,
little
right.
while. Yeah. So I was like, oh man, I gotta draw Stat's character because it's cool. And I like Stato. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a homoage to ASM 300. A la Shelby Roberts because he has the world record, the Guinness World Record of homoage covers to ASM 300.
I've heard you say that. Is that actually true?
No, it's not true, but I
Oh,
think at one point he was going to try to submit it to the Guinness World Book of Records, or somebody mentioned it, so I've just been riffing off
because
of it.
That's actually pretty funny.
I do know
That
of
would be pretty awesome.
one comic book artist is in the Guinness book. At least he claimed he was. It was
For making the
Joe.
fastest comic book.
No, for inking the most professional pencilers,
Oh wow, that's
and
a
it
cool
was
title.
Joe Rubenstein
Oh, yeah,
because he did
that
the
could be
official.
true. Yeah.
He inked Joseph Robenstein inked every single character in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, I didn't
By
even know
different
that.
artists.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and that means he's inking everyone that Marvel had reached to also,
Yeah,
because everyone had artwork in those.
yeah.
Yeah,
He was inking over Todd, over Eric Larson, over like the piece I have is Colleen Duran. I have the Beyonder piece where
Oh,
he's in
cool.
the 70s jumpsuit with the Jerry curl hair and looks like David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, Secret Wars 2 is legit. People give that so much flack for no reason. That's a good story. Like that, and they just bashed the Beyonder. I don't know why.
Bash the Beyonder. Yeah.
That's a solid character.
Anyways, just showing off a bit stuff I finished the last week or so. Trying to crank this crap out. Get a bunch of inking done. Because I got to do as a commission for the Clockwork Commandos.
Clockworks.
Clockworks. Look at Peter working on the stack, the grind.
Yeah. I just got. I don't know. I wish I had something a little bit more formal to work on, but I just have just a bunch of things to get done, which is this right here. So.
Yeah, I have like 3 running stacks of fucking artwork to finish, man. And it's just like my stuff, like stuff I want to do for fun. It's nuts. It's nuts. When I got stuff I got to do for reals, for Levi.
For the Levi Empire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got
Galaxy
paid.
Wars.
Yeah, but I asked what the time crunch was. He's like, you got a year. I'm like, okay, well, I'll get it done in the next month. I ain't gonna
Yep.
take a whole year.
Take your time, no rush.
Oh, it'll be good. It'll be good. If you don't like it, just send it back to the guy and
All
tell
right.
him it's a piece of shit. I'm gonna burn
Well,
it.
I'm hoping everybody will. Here, let me embiggen real quick.
We'll make you another one. I'll make you another one.
I'm hoping everybody will forget this page because it's 3 years out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, people will forget.
Well, why 3 years though? Is it that big of a book or?
Yeah, it's 4 graphic. Well, what you would call a graphic, 72 pages, four volumes, 72 pages each. Fourth volume is probably larger than 72.
Oh wow.
So
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
So volume 1 is in the can right now.
And how many pages is
So-
volume 1 again?
72.
72. And
And
what
I'm
price point are you shooting for?
You know, I don't know yet. I'm hoping totally for 15. I would love to do a $15 one, but it all really
yeah?
depends on printing costs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, especially on the campaign.
For 72 pages, man, you should be doing 25. Sorry, like it sucks that it's that expensive, but
Right. I got you.
Like if you wanted to make it cheaper, break it up into two parts, you know.
Well, it's already broke. It's all one story. So you're gonna
Yeah,
have
I know what you mean, but just printing wise, because like if people want it cheaper, you know,
right.
you can do half of 72
Well,
pages.
so my end goal, let's just say fast forward 5 years from now, Levi, what's your end goal? My end goal would be to have a collected version of this in like hardcover, and that's the only thing I'm offering to the general public. The hardcover and the 20-page ash can, which is the first 16 pages of volume of chapter 1, volume 1. So I just want a hook point with that ash can / preview, and then I'm gonna sell them the big book. So everything picked up in the campaigns will be exclusive to the campaigns. Like those won't be reprinted again. And then the exclusive on the campaign is going to be the ash cans. Ash cans 2 and 3 and 4 are going to be one of the first tiers hit. So that will be an exclusive to the campaign. Not the first, but it'll be 20 pages of content on the next volume. So you'll get an advanced copy basically of the next volume. And those will never be reprinted. We'll just simply print up enough for artist proofs and the amount we need for the campaign. And then after that, those things will never be printed again.
Oh wow.
Never to be printed again.
Yep.
Levi,
and then the same way.
You need 2,000. You need 2,000 backers, buddy.
Same thing with the volumes 1 through 4 on the campaigns. You know, once it's done and I move to a collected version, those things will never be reprinted in that version again. So, and I'm offering up all the stuff, all the exclusive stuff in the newsletter. I'll post that in the link real quick. So if you sign up for the newsletter, you get the first 100 people that sign up and then back the book. You get a free sketch card for sure. And then I've got 30 sketch covers that I'm going to throw in randomly.
I saw those sketch cards. I love them. They look great, man.
Thanks.
Definitely super fun looking sketch cards. So what happened to today's what is it, Madness? Monday Madness? You guys didn't have anything planned
Pops
for
had
today?
Pops had an event he had to go to.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah. I don't want to speak for him, but it's probably, grandkid related.
Right, family stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good priority.
Yep.
Hey, how's your buddy that we streamed with the first time on the Madness that Tuesday or whatever?
He's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of his comic? I can't remember it.
It was
It's cool
Ninja.
looking. Ninja. There you go. Yeah. I liked it. It was cool, man. He's a good guy.
Yeah, Mike's a real good guy.
I was hoping he'd be on the next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he wants to come back on again.
I thought it was going to be like a regular Tuesday thing.
Yeah, me too.
But
Like,
then,
I
like,
ain't got time for you anymore, Levi.
Yeah, life happens.
Sorry,
Life-
Pete. What were you gonna say?
and I was just say, and then life happens,
Yeah.
right?
La vida loca. Oh, Pete got a little Latin in him. He was down in what, Acapulco. You were like living the vida loca,
I
dancing
was
on
in
the
Cancun. Yeah,
Cancun.
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 What was the best thing you had down there?
Yeah, the food's not that great. So it's like I don't even know. It was not of the Mexican cuisine relation.
Oh, got
But
it.
yeah, but where I was at, there was like a Italian restaurant. There was a steakhouse. The steakhouse had the best food of the entire place, but that's just charred animal flesh. But there was no standouts food wise.
Yeah, Cancun caters to the tourists primarily, so you'd have to go off
Yeah,
off the main street type things to find something more local.
yeah, but it was still like a good time. It's just, if I was kind of there for the food, I think I would have been upset.
Oh, tell us about your hot dog story. That sounds disgusting. You're no longer
Oh
allowed
yeah,
to eat hot
so,
dogs.
well, at the resort they had, it was basically they were serving hot dogs and like cheeseburgers like all day. So I was like kind of like on average of probably eating 5 to 6 hot dogs a day. So my fiance's like, we're done eating hot dogs. So that's that became a New Year's resolution. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do about Phil's games, because we go to like all the dollar dog nights at Citizens Bank Park. And usually there I'll eat like 10, 12 hot dogs in like a game. But trying to be healthy, trying to make smart moves. So
that might become the only exception for the dogs, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, but like I would just buy a pack. I could buy a pack of hot dogs and I'll eat it in like one night. I'll eat it in like 30, 45 minutes. I'll eat a whole pack of hot dogs.
Just in snack mode.
Yeah, just kind of I have like a whole process of like making them and stuff too. So just makes it fun to eat it.
Enjoying the glizzies.
Yeah.
Enjoying the glizzies.
Yeah, but
so what's your process for making dogs if you're doing something special? What you doing in the kitchen, bro?
Yeah, so back in the day, I guess like my first mentor was this guy that I did like some like design work for, but he worked at a t-shirt shop. So I helped him run the t-shirt shop. But the guy gave me like, I was really young, and the guy gave me a ton of responsibility and would talk to me. And he kind of had this theory that the hot dog vendors in New York City, because that's where he's from, they would trade hot dog water. Like it was like they're like, if you took over like a hot dog cart, you were basically buying the water, and they would trade it, and it was like their currency.
That was their secret sauce.
Yeah, and that was like his idea to why the dogs taste so much different when you buy them from a cart versus when you make them at home or wherever. So like that always stuck with me. So I developed like almost like the same thing.
Your
So
own
I
hot
have,
dog
like,
water.
well, I have like frozen dirty dog water.
Holy shit!
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Like so I have it
Right.
in like Tupperware like
No, it,
containers,
yep.
all of it. And yeah, I take it out, like you gotta let it thaw out. Then you put in your dogs, and when they I put the dogs in the vendor method too. I put the dogs in the packs, and I just slice the pack slightly, so they're in the water with the shrink wrapping, and you
And
take
their
the
own
dogs
water.
out.
Yeah.
You take the dogs out when they break out of the shrink wrapping, and then from
What?
there you fry them.
What?
Yeah, that's the process.
That actually sounds kind of amazing, to be
It
honest.
does. Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry now for some dogs that style. Although I really hate hot dogs cooked in water. Like I really dislike
No, same here. But you cook them in water because they cook in their own fat, and the dirty dog water is like flavored with like onions, garlic, and paprika and chili powder. So everything just gets.
Oh, there's a spice mix added to the dog water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
So like at that point, when you fry them, like you want to fry your hot dogs to where you get it caramelizes. Like you want like a char, you want like a burn, and you get kind of like the best of both worlds.
Speaking my style there, that char and burn you.
Yeah, I'm big on
burning meat.
Yeah, it might sound crazy. I'm big on burning everything. Like
no, it doesn't sound crazy at all.
Yeah, like all of my food, I like it to have like a texture, but I like it burnt so that you taste it. But that doesn't mean like you burn the whole thing.
Right.
Like you kind of it's a case by case type.
It's that caramelization char bit you're looking for.
Yeah, like with you, like kind of where you are. One of the things I love to do is I'll like pan fry corn. So like like you pan fry it, you get it black on one side, you pull it, and whatever you put that corn in at that point, it elevates it. Sure. You can put it in chili, you can put it in red sauce, you can put it anything, even like like a homemade salsa. Right. Elevated, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking sexy stuff.
Yeah. Jesus. Welcome to the dog life.
Mm-hmm. Arr, arr, arr.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, so but I got the hot dogs next in 2025. So
I think after this,
holy crap, you're going a whole year without hot dogs.
Yeah, whole year. Yeah, why not? What the hell? No big deal. See, I'm really big on like just willpower. If saying you're going to do something, do it. So I'm doing dry January. No energy drinks for 2025 and no hot dogs for 2025.
I've only done that once in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
I quit smoking.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like I think it's good sometimes to be a little bit of a stoic and taking things away from, like anything. Yeah. It doesn't mean like you take away things that would increase your health. Like take away some of these things that you indulge in. Like it's cool to kind of play that game. Yeah.
Levi, nobody likes a quitter, loser. Nah, just kidding. With 3 strokes, I'd be like, shit, you better quit smoking.
When I went out to the garage and I had a carton and a half left, and I grabbed them and I opened up every single pack and I just ripped the cigarettes in half and threw them in the garbage. I'm like, I could, I still have friends that smoke cigarettes. I'm like, I could have handed those cigarettes off, but I was like, no.
There's something about the act, of destroying them.
They don't. My friends don't get it either. So.
Yeah, no, I get it.
No, dude, like I'll even sometimes I'll break down and like I'll buy a cake and I'll eat like half the cake and then like throw the rest out immediately. Mm-hmm. Or like I'll buy a tray of cupcakes. It might be 12. I'll eat like 6 or 8 and throw out the rest.
Yeah, I've never been a big sweets fan, so I don't have that
issue.
Yeah,
I just like
if I get sweets, it's because like I'm really craving it, and I haven't had it in a year. Like I haven't had Reese's in I don't know, probably
Reese's. Dude, you
2-3
know
years.
what? The white chocolate Reese's.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah.
I love the white chocolate. You know, people don't have a lot of people don't have a taste for white chocolate, but the white
I love
chocolate
white
Reese's,
chocolate.
I think would like it's a lot like a Zero Bar. If you're not familiar with a Zero Bar, Zero Bar is like white chocolate. It's so freaking good.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with those.
I love white chocolate. I love white chocolate macadamia nut cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Look at
good
this,
stuff,
the white chocolate mafia coming through.
Hey, Levi. So I've actually quit smoking like 3 or 4 times, about 3 times.
Right.
I like enjoy it, and that's why I do it more than anything. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm addicted, and I'm a total asshole when I stop smoking for about a month.
Oh my god!
I don't like putting up with anybody's bullshit. I get easily irritated. Yeah, but
Is that
but
true?
I've done it. I've stopped
Yeah, is that
smoking for
true,
like
Omar?
a year or 2. What's that?
Yeah, is that true, or are you like exaggerating? Like
No. I'm kind of mean. I'm kind of mean.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a little bit mean. I get easily irritated when I'm not smoking. So I
Wow.
quit for like a year or 2. It was about a year and 6 months. A couple years back, and then I quit for like 6 months, and so I can
Oh.
do it. Like I've done it. I just do it cold turkey, right?
Hey, real quick, Lou Pons is in the chat. She says she loves white chocolate.
Oh, cool.
Hail Lou
There you go.
Pons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Hell
Hope you're
yeah.
feeling better, Lou.
Yeah, she hasn't been on in a while. Yeah, she's an artist herself, right?
Yeah. She's been taking
She's
care
the
of
one
that
that does
puppy.
the stained glass, right? She does the stained glass.
No, Lou does the she did the watercolor. Remember the watercolor David Bowie? And the
Ah.
Well, didn't she do a stained glass watercolor piece that she was working on? That
no,
was the one time.
that was
Somebody else.
yeah, it was somebody else. That's the girl from Canada that was ice skating and rammed
Oh
into the
yes,
yeah.
right. You heard her
Brianna?
booty. Yeah,
Is
her
it
leg.
Brianna? Yeah, I think it's Brianna.
Sometimes it's hard to keep track of everybody if they're not consistent.
Yeah.
Consistently on here. The Q.
So yeah, it's on too late for him today.
Yeah. I really like his little weirdo comic book thing that he made. That thing sounds cool. Like it'd be cool to get a copy of that. It's just so far out there,
Right.
because it's just so weird. Like the title alone was funny as hell.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna quit noodling with that face until my wife comes home and tells me what's wrong with it.
What's up, Art of Victor Medina? Good to see you, sir.
Victor,
Chat. Hello.
how's it going, man? You can come in anytime you want. Links up top. You got anything you want to pitch? Anything you want to show? You guys are more than welcome. You don't have to draw. You can just pitch something real quick if you want, or just hang out and BS.
Levi, we gotta get you subs, buddy. We gotta get you those subs so you can get that magic gold number of 7% of followers subs back your book.
Yeah.
Go to Levi's YouTube page and sub to his channel. It's at Levi Skeens on YouTube.
Thank you for the promotion.
He's absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not being like you're good with that. So
I tried to. So Levi's got 13 subs last I checked. So let's get that up to 14,
Good.
folks.
Grey Wolf's also here. Hail to the chat.
Hell to the wolf. Oh.
And Lupon says, I'm getting back to it. It's just been a rough week, month/few months.
yeah.
Well, I hope 2025 is better for you, Lou.
Well, if I remember right, she found one of them doggies, like those really expensive doggies. I imagine she's got her hands full.
Yeah, pets can definitely be a handful.
Yeah, especially if
And
you
then
find a dog that's worth money. You know.
Oh, you mean like a bred dog or kind of?
Yeah, like this little, like those little shit. I don't know what they're called. They look like little tiny Scottish Terriers, but the little tiny toy ones.
Oh
You
wow,
know, the
she
ones that are
found
like,
one of those,
yeah, like
like a
those things.
teacup.
First puppy.
Yeah, it's like, man, that thing's got to be chipped. It's got to be, somebody is missing the shit out of that right now. Those
Yeah.
things are not free.
And maybe like years ago in South Jersey, there was like kind of like a thing going around where they're called like blue pit bulls, and they're kind of like like
It's a
light
blue
gray.
healer and pit bulls. Yeah.
Yeah, but they call them blues, and if you had one, you could like get it stolen from like out of your yard. Like they would just like come and steal your dog, and it was, and you know, we knew this old lady that had one, so we would always like go and check in on like on her and make sure she was like watching her dog and making sure like the dog was safe.
Right.
But that's like a real thing. Like people steal them, they breed them, or they steal them to sell them.
Let me tell you, I got a little story. I was when I was married, out in our front yard, this little puppy appeared, and he wasn't a little puppy. We just thought he was a little puppy, and so I was like, "What is that little thing running around out there?" And so I go out there and I check and I pick him up, and he's friendly, and it's this little applehead Chihuahua, very well kept, very groomed. And I was like, somebody's wants him. Somebody has to be coming to look for him. And I was afraid he'd get run over because we were kind of by a busy street where our house was. And so I pick him up and I bring him inside. I'm like, hey, look, this dog just appeared. And we already had like 3 or 4 dogs. And I'm like, holy shit, we're another dog, right? Here we go, another dog. So this little applehead Chihuahua, he was the nicest little Chihuahua. And nobody came looking for him. We kept him. Somebody must have dropped him off. They couldn't afford to keep him or something.
Yeah.
But he was well maintained, well behaved. He was trained, and we took him to the vet. We got him all his shots to make sure he was all up to date. We're like, we found him. And the vet was like, wow, this dog's been taken care of. He's whatever. And like, okay, well, I guess we'll keep him. But he was the sweetest Chihuahua ever, man. Like for being a Chihuahua, he rarely ever barked at anybody. He would get aggressive if he like felt your tension or you were like,
they're like that. Yeah, they're very like they possess their owners.
Yeah.
Like every time like you'd be sitting down with one and someone could move towards whoever that Chihuahua favors and they just start going off.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't do that stuff. He would just like if he could. He was. That's how well behaved he was. He was not like a typical Chihuahua.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He could sense like if you were an asshole, he would be like, "Urgh." But that's the only time he would do that. He wouldn't bark at you unless you were like, yeah.
Lou's in the chat saying she subbed to me. Thank you, Lou.
Oh,
and then
awesome.
she did say the dog is in the shelter now. No one was looking for it. I couldn't keep it. It's too much work. Someone other than me needs that dog. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think Pop showed that picture of it, didn't he? Either way, you can tell when it. I mean, an expensive dog versus a mutt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
yes,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can always tell if a dog's like from the streets because they're kind of like sick.
Right,
yeah, like
even
if they're young, like if you take them to the vet, they'll have problems like right away.
Yeah. So I got a real soft spot for that particular dog because I felt I saved him, and he was a black and white little applehead Chihuahua, and I called him Little Sir because he looked like he was wearing a tuxedo.
Nice.
That was his name. Yeah, I still have his ashes after he died. He died he had a good life. Like we gave him a really nice life, and yeah, he died pretty happy. He died with a smile on his face and his tongue hanging out in my arms. So
Yeah,
Nice.
as what the farmers say, he had one bad day.
yeah. So I'm not a big fan of pets, but I've had pets, lots of pets and animals, dogs and cats,
Yeah, I got
rabbits.
I got ashes. I'm the
Yeah.
same way. I'll take the ashes. My last had a German Shepherd. It's about 10 years ago now. He had to be put down at 1 year old because he developed a pocket in his throat.
Oh man.
So, and those are, inoperable. So he would barf up all of his food. He wouldn't keep on weight. The dude,
Yeah.
he was obnoxiously big too. I mean, his paws were huge, but you could see his rib cage.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. I was like, they're take him to the vet, and it was $5,000 in
Holy
24
shit.
hours, dude. It was crazy.
God.
Because they're all
Yeah.
like, yeah, we need to do an MRI on your that's an MRI, a little thing they put over a pregnant lady's belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had
Yeah.
to shave him from the neck down. He was completely bald. So they could do the MRI, and that's how they found the pocket in his esophagus, inoperable. The vet said, well, you have to create this special tray for them where they're sitting up all the time, like in a fucking high chair, and you gotta feed them and water them this way. He's like, it's possible. It's just a complete pain in the ass.
Man, that sucks.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I don't think I can babysit this dog for the rest of its life.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. We had at one point we had 6 dogs, right? And we were taking them to the vet or whatever every so often or whatever, and getting that chew meal so that they don't get worms and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
the heart guard. There you go, the heart guard. And at some point, I was like, how much is all this veterinary stuff costing us? Like, how much did we spend this last year? And I did the total, and it was like $7,000. I was like, "What the hell? Why are you taking him to the vet so much? Like
Right.
just for checkups?" And I was like, "How much was this last checkup? You taking them?" It was like $400. I was like, "Dude, you gotta." I was like telling my ex-wife at the time, I was like, "Dude, you gotta figure out something else. You can't be taking these dogs to the vet all the time like this. I know you love them, and yeah, we want to take care of them, but like."
Right.
And they're healthy or whatever, but just taking them to get checked up because you're worried all the time or something.
They're dogs. They're gonna
Right. They're
yeah, they're gonna
animals.
they're gonna eat grass and puke.
Don't freak out about it. And it's costing us $400 just for
I got my budget for my dogs is 75 a month each. So we do I got 3 dogs. 'Cause we do rough
food.
greens. I do the really good food.
Yeah.
My babies are
Yeah,
spoiled.
don't remind me, man. I remember we were paying like $150 in dog food a month for 6 dogs. I was like, Jesus.
Right.
Yeah. Well, now, I have a cat, and he went through this gastro thing like a year ago, and we had to I had to move him to like more digestive food, which is kind of like $3 to $4 a can,
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's lighter food, and he's like an eater, so he'll eat like 3 or 4 of those canes a day at times, and
Yeah.
there's been a lot of times where like I kind of had to like slow him down, but I mean, like I spend probably like 150 a month on cat food alone. Like
Wow.
it's
I
and
believe
I
you.
used to get him fancy feast. I used to get him like these big crates for like $25, like big boxes, and now it's killer, dude. Like, you know,
Yeah, when you love them, you'll do it, right? I mean,
yeah. I
Look
mean,
what Lou's saying in the chat here. I think someone abandoned it. I think I saw the owner hiding in their car. They were blasting music and pretending to be on the phone. They couldn't look at us when we passed with the dog.
oh man.
They'd been on the road with their car door open. They drove away from the dog when they saw us walking towards them. It was suspicious. My
Dude,
dog
I
gets
would have
me
taken
cooked
down
food.
that license plate and
Dude, my
call
dad.
animal services and report them.
Yeah, you can do that. Yep. My dad has an ex-girlfriend. That girl, she would rice, chicken, broccoli,
Yeah,
the mixed vegetables and stuff, and she would every week, once a week, and then she would freeze their portions.
yeah.
Rice,
But
That's
chicken.
cool. Yeah, my ex-wife did that for a little bit to try to save money, but then it was like we started calculating. And I was like, oh man, it's costing about the same. You might as well just buy the damn bag.
Right.
The good
Well,
shit.
this was the girlfriend that had one of those dogs that we were talking about. That's why I was like,
Mhm.
man, that's $1,000 dog, easy.
Yeah,
Because she used to brag about her dogs all the time.
they have to have like a nice, good, healthy diet. They can't eat crap. Yeah, because they're so small or whatever. Hey Levi, I meant to ask you when I'm on streams with you here or even on my channel, do you ever
Mhm.
hear a whistle on my end?
Yep.
Because I don't hear it. And people say they hear it.
yeah, it comes
And
through. Yeah.
they say they don't hear it on when I'm on my channel, and I'm like they're thinking I'm like
No,
trying to.
I heard it on Wednesday.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Like, if like I know things get lost when everyone's talking, but I was trying to say that could really come from a microphone with like the foam on it, or the distance of your microphone. It might come from a wire getting interference somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I make all my wires like float, if that makes any sense. Like
Yeah.
anything connected to audio isn't touching anything else.
Right.
It's probably something like that. It's a hardware thing.
Yeah, I think it's one of my backup hard drives that's on the same USB cable because it's pulling power. I think that's what's making that. I think that's one of the things that's doing it. Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is it going off right now? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's been doing it since it showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A whining sound.
We
Let me
just
turn
figure
off
you're
that
making tea all the time. That's all.
mic.
That's
I
what it
know.
sounds like.
He's making
Is it off now?
Yeah, it's gone now.
See,
So
I wonder
what-
if anybody in
what
the chat
changed?
can hear it. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Yeah, what changed? What did you just?
Oh,
do
I
there?
muted myself, and like I said, I never hear it in the chat or the audio on the feed. Lou Pons, do you hear a whistling?
Yeah, she says it's like the wind whistling.
Yeah.
I will say this right now. I do have a fan running. Let me see if I turn the fan off if that sound stops. Did the sound stop? Is it the wind whistling gone? Or is it still there?
It's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was my fan, actually.
Fix it. Fix it now.
Did I fix it?
Seems
Or is
like
it back? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sounds good.
So I'm using a pair of headphone microphones from a Samsung phone.
Okay.
I do have a microphone like headphone set up separately that's newer that I need to start implementing. But
The headphones. Did you think about just going with no headphones? Just using the audio through your laptop or desktop?
no, because I always see like seems like people have issues with that sometimes.
Yeah, because like for example, like for me, like my laptop is like all the way, like I have a separate crane attached to my drawing table, like kind of like what the cops have in cop cars. But my laptop is like so far away from my area, like my audio comes out of my Microsoft Surface because if I were to have like headphones or whatever, like it's too long of a run. So
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
so I use I just have like a decent microphone and all the audio just comes right,
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
so anyone can hear our detailed, intricate, private
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honey, I wasn't talking about the hot dogs and the dog water.
Yeah.
I wasn't, honey.
Yeah, I wasn't throwing you under the bus. I swear.
Yeah.
The
You're
chat
the
made
only
me do
woman
it.
for me. You're the
Yeah.
only woman for me.
Yeah. The chat brought it up, goddammit. The chat.
It's the chat.
It's the chat's
It's not my fault she's cyber stalking me online. I don't even know who Lou Pons is.
Yeah. Lou says that the whistle is still audible.
Really?
We got some
There's still
feedback.
an audible whistle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah, I hear it.
I guess it's so I'm so used to it. When it came back, I just glazed over it.
Did it go away? I muted.
Yeah, it went away briefly.
Go sign up for Lou's Instagram right here. Thank you, Lou.
No one's accusing anyone of stalking. FYI.
Correct. That was just it's allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, now we just had the whistle back.
He's muting himself. Homer.
Yeah. I'm trying not to be annoying.
I'm gonna wake the chat up over on Pilled.
Well, like
Go Pilled.
this is where someone is making tea that's watching, and they keep thinking their teapot's going off.
So the other night, I think it was Shelby or Jay, or I can't remember. It was one of those guys or the guys on the studio. Somebody was saying, "Oh, it might have been Duck Bacon." He's like, "Yeah, Omer, I think it's your nose. It's your breathing. You're whistling when you breathe." And I was like, "Man, that could be it. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm just breathing too hard or something, and I'm whistling through my nose, and I don't hear it because it's in my head,
Trim your nose hair.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Something about nose hairs and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you bastard. That's funny, That's funny. It's not that though. I'm busy making some Earl Grey tea. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
Earl Grey tea.
I love my Earl Grey. I need it.
Lou Pons, you're more than welcome to stalk me if you want to. That's okay. I do appreciate all my stalkers, and I prefer for them to be women instead of men. Thank you.
There you go.
You can go non-allegedly if you want to, or allegedly, however you like.
And you can stalk him right here.
Here's my home address, my phone number, my email. What's up, Rob Wilson? Rob Wilson.
What's up?
Oh,
Rob Will.
Yeah. I don't mean real stalking. Yeah, no. That sucks. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's gotta suck. That dude needs beat up.
Yeah, and
did I just say that?
I'm a guy, so like I can handle it. But I'm sure as a woman that would suck. Yeah. We'll kick his ass. Give us his name and address. We'll go beat him up for you.
Rob, you at work? He's probably working. I think he works the night shift. Works some crazy set schedules.
I used to love when I worked nights.
I had a messed up one for Jiffy Wash was the name of the company. We detailed UPS trucks.
Ah,
So
cool.
I had a regional route of 100 miles, and every 3 months, every single truck got waxed and detailed. And so you'd have to be in there. Trucks get parked at 6 and got to be back in line again by 3 a.m. So that was my working schedule, 6 p.m. to 3
Yeah.
a.m.
Wow. That's cool though. Like, that's stuff you don't think about just as of like how things get done.
Yeah,
Like, oh, those trucks always look
clean.
halfway decent. They always look nice.
Yeah. Yep, that's how it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the detailing part, and the rest of the crew did the weekly or the nightly washes. So 6 days a week, those trucks get washed.
Wow. I mean, it does make sense. That's like back. Well, I used to work at Denny's, and I was like I was just like a busboy back then, but I used to work nights because they were 24/7. And one night, this other kid I knew came in to clean the carpets because that was like the carpet company that comes in and and like power washes all the carpets. And
Right.
it was like, oh yeah, because like we don't have power washing carpet equipment like here. Like like obviously someone else needs to come in and do this because and that was like like the same type of thing where I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess it takes a lot of things to get stuff done.
Yeah. You're like, whoever thought of that is making a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
He was making $75 a truck when I detailed him, and I would
Wow.
do at least 4 trucks a night.
Yeah, it's not bad. Get that corporate money.
Yep. Yeah. See, there'd be shit. Okay. Sandpoint, Idaho. So it's got basically 6 bays. So 6 trucks go inside the building, and then the rest, like the other 10, go on the outside of the building. And I just get done detailing a truck, and I pull it out into the yard, and I got the back doors open on it, right, to let it dry out real good. And through the back of the truck, all the way up to the cab, you can see with a red dot, which it's the electronic clipboard holder.
Okay.
And so I just pulled the truck out there. I pulled another truck in. I just threw my wax up on that truck, and I got this big orbital buffer in my hand. And out of the corner of my eye, I see something flash. And I turned around, and it's 2 fucking cops coming into the building with their guns drawn,
What?
right? And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I turn off my Walkman, and I'm like, set my buffer down. I got one hand up, and I'm like, they're like, so they were out on their nightly patrol. And because I'm only in town like once every 3 months, that it was something was a little bit off. And when they drove by, they seen the red light in the truck, which alerted them. And then when they drove into the lot, they seen my vehicle there, but they also heard noise inside the building. And the building's unlocked, So
Yeah.
and so they were just simply investigating what they thought was a
Yeah.
burglary at UPS. And it was like, nope, just me. I got a $10,000 bond against me, and blankety blank federal background check. But
Yeah.
yeah, so they walked me outside to just show me why they stopped, and I'm like, yeah, that's the electronic clipboard holder. And as they do that, they walk me right by the fucking dog. I
Uh,
was like, oh shit, thank God they didn't send that fucker in first.
yeah. Yeah, we used to have back in the day. I used to work at a local mall, and we always had the like the local police kind of like coming around because they saw something or they saw someone
Mm-hmm.
like jump into a back door for the mall, and it's like, oh no, that's just our trash guy or person picking up money and stuff like that. But like it's good that local police are like proactive like that at least.
Yeah, I'd rather have them do that than
Yeah.
just ignore something that might be important.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the first time. The second time, It only happened twice, but the second time it happened in Lewiston, Idaho. I had the bay doors open by like 2 feet to get a nice fucking breeze going through. And the same deal. They came along with patrol, seeing the fucking doors open, seeing my feet moving around, and I got the whole, drop to the ground, crawl out, put your hands up.
Wow.
I had to belly crawl underneath the door and shit. And same
That's
deal
crazy.
though. Yeah, just like open the door, show them I broke in to fucking clean these trucks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Zaf, thank you, sir. I appreciate that you appreciate the boobage. Wow, Lou, that's crazy. Just for having a flashlight in your yard, that's nuts. Yes, everyone go back. Addicts Unbound. I'll drop Zaf's website in here in a little bit. I think I have it available. I think I have it up. Unless Zaf does it himself.
How about we do this? Somebody find it, post it in the chat, and while we're doing that, we will watch boomity boom this right here. Go back Zappo's book.
That was dope.
And I have never thought of this. That's a freaking awesome plan. I was looking for all my favorite spiders. I invited the officer in to see them too. He declined. I think I'm going to use that from now on.
Nice.
Would you like to come in and see my spiders? Hey, we have a guest in the back. I'm going to add her to the stage. And I'm going to wait for a split second. I do have something I could play, but I'm going to wait. Welcome to the show, Christy.
Hello.
Hello.
I was here earlier and you guys were ignoring me.
No.
I tried
Sorry.
signing in and couldn't figure out how to sign in. So I just
Ah.
came back anyway. Hello. I'm just coming and watching you guys draw.
Awesome.
Hi, Christy.
Thank you.
What's up, Omar?
How are you?
I'm
Apparently, I'm
good.
whistling and making tea all day long. I got that Earl Grey going.
Nice. Are you
I
not
like
a
a nice-
coffee guy?
I love coffee.
Yeah.
No, it's my
love it.
microphone whistling. It makes Earl Grey tea all day long. My microphone.
I'm so confused.
His microphone does nothing but whistle on every
Oh.
single show he's on.
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Oh,
I've never heard that.
Well, you're
Good.
now his favorite person in the
I love
entire
you.
world.
Yeah.
Then.
You're the- Anything
Yeah.
you need some artwork done for free,
Yeah.
I'm your man. You just come in.
Hey,
Unless you start
Zap-
whistling, and the freeze off.
You know,
Zappo says, "Hey there, Christy."
hi, hey, I heard that the older you get, you can't hear as high a pitched sounds. Is it a really high whistling, maybe?
Could be.
I don't hear it at all, so I have no idea. And I've never heard it in any of the streams.
Have you replayed your stuff though?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't
Yeah.
hear it
I
at
don't
the
hear it.
replay?
No.
Huh.
Maybe if somebody like clips it, give me a little clip of where they hear it. I'll turn it up, send it to me, and I'll be
Well, it's
like,
not as bad right
I
now.
still don't hear it.
I
Yeah,
think they're
it goes away
gaslighting
when I
you.
talk.
We could be.
Apparently,
We
I
are
need
the
to trim
type
my
of people
nose
to do
hair.
that.
This is what Levi says.
Yes, trim your nose hairs.
Spay and neuter your dogs and your pets while you're at it.
Hey, right. So, Christy, how's
I'm just gonna be
the
here the whole time from now on. Just go
how's
annoy
Flip
the
City
shit out of
doing?
people.
We're always busy. We're in the middle of fulfilling our volume 22 and
Hmm.
doing that in 4 batches. So our second batch went out today, even though we had everything prepped last Thursday. And then we went to the post office and the power was out where we live, and post office is closed. And we're like, oh, power's out. We can't deliver it. We'll just take it tomorrow. And the power was still out the next day. And then I also figured out that everything was closed because of Jimmy Carter Observance Day. Did you guys
Yeah.
know anything about that?
Yeah,
No.
that was yeah, I work around federal contracts. So
Aha.
I had like a bunch of sites email me like that morning and they were closed. They were like complete shutdown. And it was just like, oh, like okay. Like no other notice. It just went out and you just had to deal with it.
So that was
Yeah.
I have no idea when that was decided that they were going to do that, and then we were pondering, and I did find out later that it was the day of Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so it was just kind of like a last minute, like, here's an extra holiday for all the overpaid government workers.
Yeah, no, yeah, like 100%. Yeah, it came right from City Hall for me. So they got it early, I got it, and then it was just like, okay, cool. I mean, like in effect, it lightens my workday a little bit, but yeah, like the city people are off. Like I'm still third party, so I'm still like working.
Right.
Yeah.
You're still earning a living.
Yeah, and they're taking their like 5th vacation in January already.
Right.
Ghost Pepper on Pilled says he can hear the whistle over there.
Really?
Ghost
Yo.
Pepper. Sorry, bud.
But Levi, me and you now, and you're hearing the whistle as well?
Yeah. Yep.
But I thought we were close to the same age. You know what?
Huh.
Okay, at Coachella one year, I put my head inside one of the giant speakers, and I really think I messed my hearing up.
Could have.
Yeah, I think the last Metallica concert I went to blew my ears a little bit. Yeah,
Yes.
a little too close to the speakers.
Hey, Peter, Zappo's really digging what you're doing. He's saying that's cool, and he wants to know where you got the extreme blue line.
Oh, I make these myself.
Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating. He's
I
a
make them
cheater.
myself. Yeah, I have new ones that like here's the newer ones. The newer ones I just changed to triple X.
Triple
So
X.
now it's triple extreme.
It should be AKA Pad Studios, not Extreme.
Yeah, well I got my logo right here.
Oh.
But my old ones were like this. See, they kind of had like the full AKA pad right here.
Ah.
And
You order those bulk from Blue Line with that stuff?
Yeah, no, I print these myself. I buy the blanks. Yeah, I buy them and print them.
He's fancy. He's going
Zappo
fancy.
says, "Nice cheater."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever tell Rob Liefeld, look, I got some of your Triple X Extreme studio paper?
No, yeah.
Oh, he has you blocked, right? He doesn't like
Yeah,
you.
I'm blocked. Yeah. I did tell him one time I owned his .com, and he wrote back to me, and I emailed him. I'm like, hey, do you want your like domain name? And he said like it was illegal to squat on someone else's like domain. And then I was like, well, I'm trying to like get it to you because I had robliefeld.com like years
Really?
ago. Yeah. Like years ago.
Are you serious?
You still have it?
No, I let it go. I was just like, but I mine a lot of historic comic book domains, and I guess like I should have kept the Rob Liefeld one, but
and you should have just made him point to his website, Robservations. That would have been funny, or to like a dick pic or something.
Yeah, the one I have now that I have up is the Todd McFarlane home run website. So when he bought the Mark McGwire baseballs, he had like a whole website that where you could like follow the tour, and you could because it went from like stadium to stadium for a couple years. And so he had a website for that, and I have the domain for that. So if you go into that domain, it goes right to my Todd McFarlane Spawn page on my website.
That's funny.
If you guys ever watch that TV show, The League?
That's
the exact same thing came up on that as an episode where Taco had purchased DallasCowboys.com like back in the 90s or something. And they went down to Cowboys Stadium and they had Taco negotiating with Jerry Jones. It was fucking hilarious.
I forget that episode. That's a great. I used to love that show.
Yeah.
But and then like I might still own. I had like Watchmen themovie.com for a while. I think I might still have that one. I think I had I'm trying to remember. I used to get like movie ones. Like as soon as they would announce a movie, I would buy it and put it up on the like GoDaddy had the marketplace at one time.
Right.
And like I would sell them. Like people would buy them.
Well, speaking of selling stuff, Christy, should I play your trailer?
Sure.
Here we go.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
That's
Very
right.
cool. Never woke. How many packages did you deliver today?
Today I think it was 207.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Congrats.
Thanks. I mean, it's
That's
painful because we're a subscription service, so we get and they're prepaid, so we get the money up front, and we don't charge shipping on our subscriptions. So when it's time to do bulk shipments, it's not like we have a fund for shipping.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, ooh, God, that hurts.
Yeah. I could just randomly going over the number in my head. I'm like, yeah. Fuck. That would.
Yeah. But
My booty hurts. My booty hurts.
yes.
Hey, Christy, did you manage to put your daughter to work after all? She's in the family business now.
Dude, so it's really funny you bring that up because I really tried to be patient with her, but she's really starting to annoy me because she needs to find work, right? Number one is I'd like her to help with the bills around here because she's a freaking adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be helpful for us as well. And so I told her, hey, why don't you like apply here and here and here on Monday? And she's like, okay, I'll do that. And then on Monday, she leaves. And this is last Monday, by the way. She leaves to go stay at her friend's house. And then our power goes out. And like our whole community power goes out. It was because of the fires in California, right? So they took our power out as a safety measure because we also live in a forest. And so, but her friend's house had a generator. So I was like, I'm not gonna blame her too much for that. Stay warm at your friend's house while we freeze our asses off here. But anyway, this is a reoccurring thing. Anytime like I'm starting to get on her ass about like finding work, she disappears for a week or two. And I'm like, you little punk. And I love her so much. She is a wonderful person and all that. And she really, really does want to, she wants to kind of be the trad wife type person. Yeah. So she's not even giving a shit much about like gaining skills but also I think it's partly because she wants to be lazy too.
Now,
Anyway.
did she go to college or she's out of high school? What's kind of the situation there?
Yeah, so she is out of high school, but she is out of high school for 4 years. It's not like she hasn't ever worked. She has. It's
Right.
just she's not working right now and she's not going to school. She doesn't have any interest in going to school because she had one of those like traumatic she was just like me as far as like not doing well in school but still kind of a smart person. You know,
Yeah.
there's people that aren't cut out for the public
Right.
education
Yeah.
system.
Right.
So I give her a lot of grace in that too. So anyway, she's been completely turned off of school, even though I've told her this as well. Well, you know, you can even just go to school to do the things you like. Like you can do drama and arts and things like that, just to do something. And she just
Right.
hasn't
So you
done
can
it.
find a man and get out of my house.
Well, she has found a man and I love him. He's great.
Oh, okay.
But that's the thing too. Him, he has different life situations, and I understand why. I might be too understanding of a person, you guys.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
we-
I
moving
think I'm
the
going to
mom
start
system.
getting mad now.
She's moving the mom system.
What's with
That's great.
what's with the boyfriend though? Like you were about to say something about him.
Oh, well, he is very smart. I love his values. He's very family oriented, and that's the thing. He is taking care of his father who is on dialysis and like edge of death dialysis,
Oh,
like all of
man.
his
Yeah.
veins have collapsed, so he has to
Like
take dialysis through his
hospice. Yeah,
neck.
Through the neck.
shit.
And it's too late now.
Yeah, so
Did they have to do
and
an
he's working at a smoke shop. But it's like I just
Oh.
see so much potential
Wait.
in him to like be a real earner and do really well. So that's why I am giving him grace. Yes, take care of your father and work at a smoke shop. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm really
Hey.
hoping once, you know, things settle down in his life that he really moves forward with something great.
Do you know whether or not that was a pre-planned surgery for the dad on the dialysis in the neck?
I do not know.
Because usually that's usually an indication of like it was not pre-planned, and once they go there, it's a pretty nasty spot.
Dire
Otherwise, they would go in surgically through the stomach. And I had a friend who had his kidney replaced and stuff, and he was telling me about it. It's like, yeah, you want to schedule that surgery because you don't want the neck.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about dialysis, but what I do know is that his father is very, very ill but also a very proud man
Right.
too, you know. But instilled wonderful values in his son, and I like him. It's just both he and my daughter seem to be in like an endless transitionary phase. And I'm like, and my patience is wearing thin for
Right.
my daughter, at least, not him. Well, kind of him when he's here too much.
I think it's a millennial thing. They have a lack of urgency for any like self resilience or self motivation.
Yeah. Well, my daughter's Gen Z.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yes, I feel like and this is another reason I have sympathy and I'm really patient about it is I feel like the whole the government like demoralization campaign is complete, you know, and the youth and young adults are just completely freaking demoralized.
Yes, 100%. I see that 100%.
To lean in on that, I know a couple of the Philly has like 4 of the biggest accounting firms like in the US. And I have like friends inside 2 of them. And for some of these accounting firms, like you kind of like start your own franchise, like you have your own accounts and you have your own, like they're like companies within companies. And one of these guys, like he's like a baller. Like he just like his accounts are insane. And he stopped taking on interns and working with young kids because they don't know how to like act in meetings. They have bad like work ethics. Like he went on and it was like all these bullet point things that you hear. And he's just like, yeah, I'm going to let like everything just go. Like when my time's done, I'm going to be done and no one's going to like take over because he can't train people. Like that's it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think my daughter is not like that, and that I've given
Yeah,
her
yeah.
a work
Oh, yeah, yeah.
ethic,
I'm
but
not saying that at all. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like leaning into like some of the that the other
The
conversations.
perspective, yeah.
like the
Yeah,
trends of what's happening.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't saying anything about your daughter.
No, and I wasn't offended. I just because we were on that subject, but yeah, I really want her to work, and yes, I think that is what I need to do. Is I need to make her actually work in the company until she finds a freaking job.
Yeah, that's the least you could do, right? Like you're at home, you're here, might as well do some sales calls for me. Call these people, tell them, do these emails, type up this inventory sheet, whatever, like get some skills.
Yes.
And she's got actual advantage on you too, because if she does those cold calls, she's more on the same level as the jabroni she's calling.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
Because it's going to be who's the snot that's answering the phone. That's always my concern about the cold calls, especially at the comic book store. Like, who's that dude he's hiring that doesn't want to even talk to you?
Oh, believe me, they really do not want to talk to me. Becoming a salesperson really is a learning curve because I hate sales. At least I love what I'm selling though, so there's that.
Right.
Yeah, but retail and sales is like that's ground level, like run with the pavement, beginning of doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean? It'll always be closing.
ABC, that's right.
Yeah. That's where it all comes from. It's a salesman skill, But you get a pretty young thing and making those phone calls to those nerdy comic book shops, get her on an email, put her picture up, pretend you're her, she pretends you're you, you'll be getting sales like you would believe,
Yeah, it's really funny because for anybody that follows me on social media, which I doubt many of you do, I know Levi does, but so over on X, my character or my forward-facing thing is Kitty Phillips. Anyway, that's a character for marketing purposes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking to my daughter and I was like, you know what? We should get you a kitty costume. And when I do conventions, you can walk the floor and hand out promotionals. She's like, yeah, I'll do that for you, Mom. I'm like, okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
I've done that too. I put my kids to work because my daughter would always do the cosplay contests. So she would be in costume already on Saturdays. I'd be like, nope, hang out in here in front of the booth.
You're the booth babe for the day. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're the booth babe. You're the eye candy. Bring them in. Tell them about my comic book.
Yep.
Sell it. Sell
it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Levi, can you send me Christie's handle when you have a chance?
Yeah.
If you follow her.
Do we have any good mods? Drop Christie's links in the chat.
Yeah, okay, that works, yeah. But guys, I hate to do this. I have to go.
Okay.
All right, but hopefully we'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah, here's the finished piece. Crypt and Pike.
Look at that.
That is really cool.
Hell yeah. There they are. There's the mascot
of the table together for the first time.
Gotta color that baby up next.
Follow Peter on Instagram right here.
AKA69. Oh yeah, cool. Right there.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I put your YouTube channel in the chat somewhere, Pete.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
I dropped it. Yeah.
But guys, yeah. Wednesday is a lock. I'll see you guys then. I may try and pop on to my own channel a few times since then. So
okay, cool.
Awesome, sir.
Right. Cool guys.
See you around. Take care.
Bye now.
See you, Chrissy.
Hey,
okay,
Zaf,
so I do want to address this. Thank you for bringing it back up. Yes, I went to the first 15 years of Coachella every year, and it was fucking fantastic. The very last one that I went to was 2009, and the closer, so the last band or the last show I ever saw at Coachella was the really super popular Daft Punk set, and it
Mhm.
was fantastic.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, I feel like I left Coachella like the second that it started dying and becoming like a way corporate thing where like fucking Katy Perry and shit like that's going.
Right.
Mhm.
So
You guys want to know the last concert I went to was Steel Panther.
what
Oh,
is
that must
that
have
like
been
heavy
fun.
metal?
No, it's like glam rock throwback to the 80s
It's
Oh, really?
parody band. Yeah.
I
Like
always
big
say
hair?
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
they're real cool.
So it's super cool. It's what if the Monkees and Motley Crue had love children,
Really?
and that is
Yeah.
Steel Panther. They do a comedy routine to heavy metal, and it is freaking just phenomenal. Their songs.
Look them up
Oh
on
my
YouTube, Christy. They have great videos. They're all
Steel
about like
Panther.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah. So the concept is they were the world's biggest band that disappeared in the 80s that you'd never heard of, and they
Yeah.
reappear in the years 2000s. So they're
Mhm.
they're stuck. They're like they've been dragged out of the 80s
Really?
rock scene.
That sounds super fun.
Oh, it's super fun. You would absolutely love these concerts. And once you start listening to the music, you like The Girl from Oklahoma is one of their songs. And now you can't play any of this right now right now. But The Girl from Oklahoma,
Yeah, you'll get a copyright strike.
yeah, it's they do Girl from Oklahoma and 18 Girls in a Row, I think all in the same time, but they actually bring people up on stage for the skit. It's like a combination Rocky Horror Picture Show meets the Monkees, all done by Motley Crue.
Oh, dude, they look fantastic too.
They do, yes. And it's
Actually,
Okay.
I was gonna say Ethan plays one of their songs on one of his intro videos. I don't know how he does
he
that without
does.
getting a copyright strike.
He does.
Maybe they allow you to play their music or videos without giving a copyright strike. They just claim the funds if you're monetized.
Thank you, Woody.
Woodum!
Zephyrus is cool. Oh, hey, Lou Pons is a Steel Panther fan. Freaking A, right
Yeah.
on. Yeah. So Woody, go, just Google Steel Panther on YouTube, and all their stuff will pop up. They
Oh
used
yeah,
to be
I have, and I'm following their channel now.
right.
Do we have a bot in Twitch
We
posting?
do. Yeah, we do. That's why I didn't highlight it.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Okay, I heard the whistling that time.
Oh, is it back? You hear it now?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Okay,
sounds
offer
like
for free art is over.
it sounds exactly like. Oh damn it! I shouldn't have said a word.
I muted. Did it go away? I muted for a bit. What does
it's
it
not
sound
bad
like?
now.
It sounds like a
It's-
kettle.
Well,
It sounds like a tea kettle, exactly like that. I was gonna say, who's got the tea on?
The tea kettle calling the Omer Black. That's what it's doing.
let's see here. I'm gonna go. I think if I open this, it might make a noise. No, it shouldn't. My laptop's muted. I'm gonna go. I can't think of the name of my favorite Steel Panther song, but it's actually a ballad.
Hey, Levi, just tell everybody that's watching on YouTube to go watch on Pilled instead, and then we can listen to Steel Panther.
Right. Well, tomorrow on the Tuesday edition of the Madness Entertainment Group's Open Draw Stream, Pilled exclusive, I will be playing a couple of Steel Panther songs.
All right.
So, oh my goodness, party like tomorrow is the end of the world is a good one. That's a great music video. The funny
Horns of
one
the
they
devil.
have,
Let's get that Steel Panther tomorrow. Yeah. Rock and roll.
So there's a hilarious one called "Death to All Butt Metal," and the funny thing is they keep confusing it with butt metal, right? So it's "Death to All Butt Metal," but they keep saying butt metal.
What?
Like, so it's the difference between like B-U-T and B-U-T-T metal.
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
lost me on both of them. Yeah, I was like, but.
Yeah. No.
Between booty and the word butt something.
Yeah, go watch go watch that video because it's got a famous comedian in it. And what these people what they do in concert is they will so in Spokane what they did is they brought in shoot, the lead singer for Alter Bridge. He sang with at the time he was singing with Slash. He's from Spokane. Um what was it? Three Doors Down? What was this fucking original band? I can't remember. Anyway, they'll bring on local celebrities onto stage, and like if you watch a bunch of their videos, they actually get Kelly Clarkson to come up, and they'll do not karaoke, but they'll be like, okay, what song do you know the best? And they'll go ahead and they'll do a cover version of that and have them sing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So when did you see them?
Pre-stroke, so 7-8 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not sure how my how I would handle the lights and the strobes and stuff like that.
You go to more mellow concerts now. You're an easy listening guy now.
Yeah. Last time I walked into an area like that, so you walk into a room, the first thing your brain does is try and judge distance across the room. It tries to gauge the size of the room by volume or whatever. So since my distance button is broken, right, it
So,
immediately it sends you into a spin. So your brain immediately goes into like a vertigo.
oh geez. So is it like you have like very limited depth perception?
Yeah, like my depth perception doesn't work.
Really? So do you have trouble
Yeah.
walking because of that? Like
Yeah.
balancing and all that?
Yes. So
Wow.
it's kind of like a car with a bad alternator. Like you can charge the car all night long, but eventually throughout the end of by the end of the day, your battery's dead. So your body will overcompensate. So like my speech problem is balance related because balance is a core function of the brain versus speech is not. So when the brain is having problems with balance, it will suck energy out of a different part of the brain and shut it down in order to get the body back in balance again. So that's why I stutter and yeah, or I can't think of a word. Like I'm sitting there screaming in my brain. I know the word, I just can't kick it out because my brain has said, no, we're shutting this down temporarily because you're dizzy.
Wow. Like, and I'm sorry, Levi, how long ago did you have your first stroke and did they all happen like right in a row?
They happened in a row over a 24-hour period on September 19th, 2017.
Oh, wow, it hasn't been that long then.
No.
I was waiting for Levi to say it I can't remember. Oh, God.
Right. Porky pig.
Wow. So as far as like your recovery and everything, like from day one after the stroke to where you are now, have you made like major strides?
Yeah, the hardest part is getting an actual diagnosis. When you leave the hospital, they just say TBI, so traumatic brain injury. Mine was 3. So I've had 3 traumatic brain injuries. So there's like a small group of things. They're like, okay, here's what you're going to be going through, like PTSD and all this other stuff. And they don't know exactly until more symptoms show up. So
Mhm.
they gave me the wrong physical therapist, and he had me doing word searches. And because the vestibular is based on pattern recognition, you're supposed to, it's because it's on fight or flight, the vestibular nerve is. And so the caveman out on the Serengeti can be crouched down, gathering something off the ground, and off in the distance, he sees the camouflaged tiger move, and his body will send a chemical signal from his brain down to his gut, giving him the little butterflies to telling him something's wrong in that area, fight or flight. See, I'm off on a tangent now. I can't remember what the hell we were talking about.
After I said that, by the way, I felt like a total asshole. Just so you know.
No,
But I was trying to be funny.
right.
Yeah, I'm drawing Zaf. I'm drawing Midnight from Rex's comics, Momentum Comics. But I do have a sheet set out aside for you. I'm going to do Addicts, The Reckoning, The Coming, The Marchers Influence.
Hey, I remember. So pattern recognition. I'm back on track.
Okay.
So that physical therapist had me doing word searches. So I would have to go down, across, and I was basically creating these patterns, trying to recognize patterns. And what the first symptom that showed up is only my left side would start sweating. So literally straight down the center of my
What in the
body, I would
world?
be completely sweating on one side and dry on the other side. And as it turns out, what I was doing is I was exercising my brain too much. And so what that means is,
That is so weird. Only the left side was sweating. Holy
yeah.
shit, that's
So
freaking crazy.
so my brain swelled, and so
What?
which caused my vestibular to act up extremely bad. So I had moved
So is your vestibular like really long and hard and thick?
no, it's broke. I had moved
Jesus, Elmer.
I had moved a mattress into the living room, right?
Uh-huh.
And I would basically just hug the mattress, and I felt like when I explained it to the ER doctor, because I had to eventually go into the ER because my brain was swollen, and I said I would hug the mattress on my floor, and I said it felt like I was on a raft in the middle of the ocean, and
Holy shit!
so he's the guy that gave me he cured that with the migraine shot. And
What?
once he gave me that shot, and the swelling went down, he's the one that officially gave me the diagnosis of broken vestibular. He said, according to your 3 stroke areas right here in the lizard part of the brain, mine's lower cerebellum infarctions is the official name. Here in the cerebellum, more than likely it's connected to the vestibular. So your official diagnosis is broken vestibular, which is basically means I'm done. Like there is no hope of you can't fix it. You can't. Nobody's gonna hire some guy that gets
What?
dizzy and falls and
Right.
yeah.
What? Oh my god! Good lord! I feel even worse now for making fun of anything regarding your 3 strokes, buddy.
Don't worry about, dude.
Thanks for making me feel worse.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
So was there
Thanks
side
a
effects
lot,
of-
Levi. We were having fun.
Right.
Was there any side effects of anal bleeding, Levi?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Oh, man.
Lord. There we go, right there.
What are we looking at?
Okay, so and I without actually reading the website right now, I can't remember if this is the website that I went to. But if anybody's curious, you can go to this website right here. I'm putting in the chat. It's vestibular.org. There's a whole section on there about learning how to live with your vestibular. So, yes, Zaf, tons of anal leakage.
It also gets long, hard, and thick.
It does.
Levi, I mean, you just opened yourself up to all kinds of abuse from these so-called friends of yours.
I did. So here's another one. Like the minute my kids heard that, because a stroke is called an infarction, right? So my kids are like, "Wait a minute." So Dad had 3 brain farts. And I'm like, "Infarctions."
Holy
But not...
goodness, Levi. It's too much, man. Dude, you
Yeah,
gotta put clips like this on your YouTube channel. Make it all about your 3 strokes, man. And just
Right.
talk about the 3 strokes all the time over there. Make 3 stroke jokes or whatever. And
I do. I take
Man,
I take it all in stride. I've learned to I've learned what my triggers are and how to stay away from them. I've had 8 years of practice now of learning
yeah.
what my triggers are. So
Zaf says mild cardio and farting. Mild cardio and farting.
myocardial infarctions.
By
Yeah,
the way,
I had 3 of
Christy,
them.
yeah, 3 of them. Christy, I dropped your links in the chat to Flip City magazine and to your website, your YouTube
Thank
channel.
you.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
yours too, Levi.
I'm not logged in, so
Thanks,
I can't
man.
see any of the chats.
Levi, you have 15 subscribers now on your channel, which is amazing. I'd like to be responsible for at least 5 of those.
You are. You probably are.
Oh,
What, I
also,
will.
Memorial Park has gotten some new subscribers too. Last I checked.
Yeah, I was so happy to when I went over to the X one, and I seen there was like 41 followers on there, and half of them weren't hobots. I was like, yes, they're all legitimate fucking people.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what do you guys think of dead internet theory?
Oh, I think it's gonna happen for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll happen. What? Dead internet theory?
So we're not there yet, is what you're saying.
We're not there yet. It is happening right now as we speak, as we're on here on the internet. It is happening. Like it's happening.
What is it?
It's basically where the internet starts talking to itself via AI, and there's no real people on here anymore. Or finding real people is going to be a lot harder because there's AI bots running things and interacting with itself. Kind of.
Right.
That's how I understand it. Christy,
Yeah, I think it's basically like that. I guess the only way that you would maybe be able to combat that is doing stuff like we're doing right now, like live streaming with other real people, where you're actually seeing their appendages do stuff.
Yeah, but at some point, this is going to be AI. Like some AI is going to make you think you're watching somebody drawing and
interacting with a real person.
Yep. And it could be all made up, catfished, everything.
You know what though? Yeah, I guess but that's I'd say way down the line, because what you get in like interactions like this is real talk and real humor. Exactly. Like what you said about Levi's vestibular. Like I don't think AI is gonna do that for like at least a couple decades.
I think we're gonna see some real signs of it in the next 10 years though, for sure.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
So the anal leakage, Levi, was it real bad, or you dealt with it pretty well? Shit. Side effects to your vestibular growth.
Oh, side effects. Like I was saying, depth perception, being unable to catch my balance sometimes. Here's a really trippy thing. I live in a what they call a California split entry house. So you walk in the front door and you got staircase up and down, right? And every time I walk past the staircase on the second level, so heading down, right, my brain wants to reach out and find the depth of the bottom of those stairs. So literally every time I walk past the stairs, my brain reaches out and goes, "Hey, what's down there?" So it throws me into a vertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that why your art looks so flat? Because it has no depth perception, Levi?
I'm gonna boot you, dude.
I'm kidding. I'm actually really impressed that it has depth to some extent. Because, like, can you see it? Like that sounds like it'd be hard.
Yeah. Because it's on a flat surface. So here's something else that's trippy. Most of the time I wear glasses, right? But I don't while I'm drawing anymore because the first thing my brain does is it latches onto the rims. It tries to find the depth between my eyeballs and the rims first. And then instead of looking through it, So I end up with I call it like a scuba diver face. Yeah. Right, where I just see the rims first. Like I'm in a scuba diving.
Right.
God, it's like every single aspect of your existence is a struggle.
You should be a
it's
super villain.
it's a core function of the brain. It's one of the top main functions of the brain is balance. I mean, think about it. I mean, if we're without balance, we're like we're like me, but
Yeah.
we're kind of vulnerable to certain like I can't run. Like good luck getting into a fight.
Damn it, Zaf. It's called a rim
Yeah.
job. It's called a rim job, apparently,
Oh,
Levi.
dude, does that mean you can't drive anymore either?
I can drive, and they recommend that you don't drive in unfamiliar places. So, and since I've been born and raised in Spokane, and especially the area that I live in, I've been here my entire life. I know my area and I'm familiar with my surroundings. But like if I drove to Seattle and had to find like GPS or try and find my way somewhere, eventually I would probably stop too late at a stop sign.
Right.
Oh, goodness. Wow. So you really need to get these comics funded to help with your assistance and your living. So if anyone's interested, please
Right.
subscribe to Levi's YouTube channel. Help support him. He needs your help.
I'm a starving artist.
He's destitute, everybody.
Yeah, he
Yes.
can't work. He can't walk. He doesn't know how to
I'm
draw.
not that bad.
His hatching is off. He's
I
always
can,
drawing
yeah.
on the walls at home. His wife's like, "Damn it, that's not
He's,
paper, Levi."
he's always falling down the stairs.
Yes. Yeah.
He literally has fallen and can't get up. Come on, folks.
I have. Well, that's why I got big dogs, man. So that's the other problem too, because you got neuropathy on one side, you have difficulty getting up, and then when you don't have balance to get up, you literally have to hold on to something in order to get up. That's why I have a dog and big dogs in case I fall
Right.
in the middle of the yard. They come over, I can
Service
put one
animal.
hand. Service dogs, yeah, yeah.
Are
'Cause you see-
are they trained service dogs, or they're just your dogs and they'll help?
No, my two dogs. I had those two before my strokes, and then my third dog. He was supposed to be my service dog. My daughter was going to train him, and in the 2020 year for FFA, Future Farmers of America, right? Yeah, yeah, FFA. That was going to be her senior project in 2020, and we all know what fucking happened.
Mm.
But that wasn't the fault of why we didn't do it. The very first truck ride we took my dog on, my future, he's an emotional support animal now.
Terrible story.
He jumped out the window on a dirt road when I was doing like 5 miles an hour.
Because he doesn't have depth perception, just like
I
you.
guess so.
Oh, actually, Christy, he had death perception.
He's like, I am not going to take care of this fucker the rest of my life.
Wait, Levi, don't go fast.
God, oh.
I'm glad you can laugh about it, man. 'Cause
Yes.
I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of a savage. You're very mean.
Well, let me say this. My sister is a special ed teacher, and she used to be a speech pathologist. And when she started getting into all that, she would tell us like, oh yeah, I studied this and that, and me and my dad would be like, so how do they talk or whatever? And so she would do like the speech patterns and like the stuttering stuff. And then my dad, man, he used to be funny. I mean, he was kind of a jerk, but he had a stroke right back in the day too, and he would pretend to stutter. It was the funniest shit ever, and everybody would freak out, right? Because we're like, "Are you having a stroke? Are you having a stroke?" And then he started laughing his ass off. He's, "No, I'm just fucking with you all."
Just fucking with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny as hell. He was a funny guy. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's been a trip.
I'm impressed you're as high functioning mobile as you are, bro. Strokes are really tough on people.
Yeah, my left side runs at about 70%. So like if on Wednesday mornings on the Madness Entertainment Group, you can watch the Les Garner show. Les had he had one stroke, and his left side is
You got him beat, right?
yeah, I do. Yeah, he is sharp as a tack mentally, but it stole more of his physical side. So where I run at 70, I'm just gonna throw a number out and say he runs at 60. You know,
Gotcha.
so it's weird what it'll take, what it'll leave, and depending upon where it hits. And his was the same way, just out of the fucking blue.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
my pop. Go ahead.
I'm also really happy to hear that you're still married. I mean, no
Yes.
joke. That like
Yeah.
stuff like that ruins marriages all the time. So
Well,
your
listen
wife,
to the
Yes.
story
props for
to
her.
this, Christy. His wife is also a stroke victim. No, I'm just kidding.
No. No. Yeah, Christy, absolutely true. One of the first things my wife did was join a support group on Facebook, and she didn't talk anything through with me. It was all for her, and that was one of the things that did come up in there was the divorce rate.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but as
it
go ahead.
happens all the time. Well, I mean, with any kind of like major illness, is like it
Yeah.
just destroys marriages. And I'd like to hope, and I think I would be that person. And same thing with my husband, that if something happened to the other, where we're
Right.
having to care for them and
So
do that we would be that strong.
here's my wife's testimonial. I'll blow through it real quick. My mother-in-law had her tubes tied, didn't know she was pregnant. So once she found out she was pregnant, like 3 months later, the baby was completely unplanned, and then she got sick during the pregnancy, and they had to take the baby early. So my wife was born deaf. So at the age of 6 months, they went in and did a mastoid surgery on the back of the ear, and she has 50% hearing. So she's worn hearing aids her entire life. And then because of the upper respiratory infections, they misdiagnosed her with at first at the age of 3 was cystic fibrosis. And then once those drugs that they pumped into her system, weren't working, they misdiagnosed her again with a super rare disease called immobile cilia syndrome, which is a death sentence because it means you have the cilia inside your body, which removes the particles and takes the woman's eggs down to the proper place to be fertilized. And it's a whole system in there. And because people with that disease have never lived past the age of 18, it's a death sentence. So when I met her when she was 14, we were still under the assumption that she was going to die when she was 18 because she would get pneumonia at least 2 or 3 times a year. She would end up in the hospital for multiple weeks. And then right before her 18th and her senior year, that finally the doctor was like, we're going to go in and remove 2/3 of the right lung and the lower lobe of the left lung. And as it turns out, once they got those lungs removed and stuff, as it turns out, she was misdiagnosed as a baby, where the lung was infected and it had been infected her entire life, and she never had any of those diseases. They put her on hemoglobulin treatments after that because through the course of all these treatments, they crashed her immune system. So I married that. So she can't put
Okay.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Levi. So when you were 14 years old and you knew this girl, or you dated this girl, or she was your girlfriend,
Yep.
or you liked her already, and
Yep.
you knew she was gonna die at 18,
Yeah.
were you disappointed when she didn't die at 18 because you were gonna upgrade, or
Hell no, dude. This girl, this is one of those things where like everybody like reach for the stars and end up on the moon type of deal. Like, you know how they say certain couples, one's a reacher and the other one's a fucking a settler. I'm totally the reacher, dude. She's settled
Aw.
for me. She's out of my fucking league. I always told her if she refused to wear hearing aids in high school because she thought it came with a stigma. She read lips. So I always told her, I said, if you would have wore hearing aids in high school, you would have been out of my fucking league because every single girl, she's drop dead gorgeous. Every single popular girl wanted to be your friend, right? And the dudes that would walk by saying stuff to you, you couldn't hear them. And so the very first time the second time I met her, because the first time I met her, that's a different story. But the second time I met her, and I thought I was meeting her for the first time, I recognized the fact with her speech pattern. I'm like, "You're deaf," and she goes, "Yeah, I read lips." And then I looked around the room, and it was me and four potential suitors. And one of my stupid friends starts saying something to her, and he's sitting across the room behind her. And she turns around and just kind of laughs at him. In my brain, I go, she literally doesn't know what he just said. And so from then on out, I did everything to get right in her face. I just did nothing but like every time I talked to her, I got right in her face so she could read
So
my
that's
lips.
how you tricked her into marrying you.
Totally tricked her,
Oh,
dude. Totally tricked her.
and you didn't let the guys in on the secret, and you're like,
I
shut
did.
up. You don't
Shut
know.
up. I
Yeah,
did. I totally did.
That's so
that's
funny.
fucking awesome, Levi. So how long did
So
you keep her in the basement? No, I'm
pretty
just
much
kidding.
all through high school. So it's so this was spring
Jesus.
April 30th, 1990. So in Halloween of 89. So we're in the spring is when I meet her for the first time, I'm assuming, and then yeah, the previous fall, Halloween time, I just come back and I've got my pillowcase just stuffed with freaking candy. I mean, things like the size of a football. And I come walking back up to my door, and there's my mom handing out nickels, right? Which is kind of embarrassing. My mom always preferred to like hand out money, like, here, go buy your own candy that you prefer. Here's 10 cents. Like, here's 2 nickels, here's 15 cents, whatever it was back then,
Right.
right? And I walk up to the door, and my buddy Dusty's up there, and he's got his girlfriend with him. And this girl is not, this is Spokane weather up here. Like, it can get into the 30s on Halloween. Dress appropriately. And this girl is dressed like a little baby, right? Like they got the diaper pattern on. She got a binky, and she looks like a baby. And I'm just sitting there
Okay.
going, Dusty, you didn't tell your girlfriend to like dress warmer? Like, you're an idiot, dude. But I don't
Yeah.
say this. My mom's handing out nickels. I'm a little embarrassed. So my mom hands her the nickel and she goes, "What's this for?" And my mom goes, "It's so you can go buy your own candy." And she wrinkles her nose and she says, "Buy my own candy," and kind of giggles, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I got nervous and I take my bag of candy that I just freaking got, this entire bag, pillowcase, and I poured it into her pumpkin, right? I took all my
Mm-hmm.
candy and gave it to her,
Okay.
right? Because I was embarrassed. And then so they left. She's like, "Oh, thank you, thank you." And they left. And so my immediate reaction is, who in the fuck is that girl? How stupid am I to give away all my fucking candy? I got no fucking candy. I don't even know the girl's name.
Mm-hmm.
She's dating my friend down the road. And so flash forward into the springtime when I'm walking the deaf girl home to meet my mom. And we come around the corner. She's like, "Which house is yours?" And I go, "That's at my house right there." And she goes, "You're that boy." And I'm like, "What boy?" And
Oh
she
my
says,
goodness.
"You're the boy that gave me all your candy." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
So
fuck
cute.
yeah."
that's awesome. She
Yeah.
remembered you.
She remembered me. And I was like, "Oh man, that was major, like, scoring points early in the relationship."
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys were meant to be together. I mean,
You're
to
like
have that kind of meet cute, that's
Yeah.
a meet cute.
Yeah.
you're the sweet boy that gave me all his candy.
"You're that boy."
I'm
She's like, "I
I'm
ate all
gonna
that
love
stuff
you
until
forever.
December." It took me 2 months to get through all that.
And
Yeah.
your buddy, Randy or whatever, was he? Man, his loss, huh? Like, how did what?
Oh, Dusty. Yeah.
Dusty, yeah.
Yeah. It turns out, so Dusty, when my wife got sick with pneumonia and ended up going in the hospital. And because it's such a weird situation, like Dusty's mom got involved, and Dusty came down with a cold at the same time and tried saying that my wife got Dusty sick and that, you know, it was just
Mm-hmm.
this whole weird fucking thing of, she's a sick girl, don't date her.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a really overprotective mom, like
Yeah,
getting mad at a teenage girl for being sick.
yeah. Dusty lived at the end of the block across the street, and he wasn't allowed to cross the street to come down and play with the rest of us on the block. That's how
What?
weird.
What?
Yeah, like, are you fucking kidding me? The road's only 35 miles an hour. It's a side road, so it's not like it's heavily trafficked. And when you went to play with Dusty, if you wanted to do something like, hey, let's go ride bikes on the road, like we have to cross the road, he'd be always like, you got to ask my parents for me. He was one of those kids. You have to ask my parents for me. They'll say no to me,
I
but
ain't
yes
gonna
to you.
ask your parents shit, kid.
Yeah, he was.
Weird. So they were the helicopter parents before helicopter
Mhm.
parents existed.
Yes, totally. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Hey, Chrissy,
Are you still in touch with Dusty? Good old Dusty.
he still lives
No,
down the road.
no, no. I haven't seen him in a long time. Probably
Hey,
close to 30 years.
Chrissy, the first time I heard this story, I asked Levi, so if your wife is deaf and you knew her since you were kids, did you learn how to learn to read lips too and sign language?
Yes.
And the answer was yes. And so I asked him then, so when you all go to parties and stuff, you guys like just talk amongst yourselves without like sit across
Yes.
the room and read other people's lips and everything that's going on and have these laughing conversations that people think you guys are weird.
Yep. Yep. We
And I
had
was
that
like,
That's
couple.
so crazy.
that's freaking awesome, right? Like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
You can be
Yeah.
talking shit and listening to all the shit talk that's happening at the party and having your
Oh,
own little inside conversations. It's the
yeah.
coolest thing ever.
So how good are you at reading lips, Levi?
I'm pretty good. I'm about 90% with my wife.
Hey, that's not bad. It's funny. I came across a girl, and I guess I always stop on her reels, and they're not even that great, but she's a deaf girl who does lip reading on Instagram. She does reels of reading celebrities' lips. And
Yes.
and it's just fascinating. So that's an idea for content if you ever want to grow your audience.
Okay.
Right.
She will.
Easy content.
She
Levi,
does
you
that
should.
during football games because
Yeah.
you don't see if the coach is saying. She'll just be like, "Oh, he's mad."
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You should play all that stuff up on your YouTube channel. Levi, tell the whole story. Please help us. We're struggling people.
We are doing just fine. We are just
we
fine.
need your money. Buy back our book. My husband Levi, he's an awesome artist.
So
Except he can't see how that it's a page of paper and it doesn't have any depth. Play it all up, man. That'd be
right.
awesome.
It wouldn't be truthful though.
Yeah.
The doctors actually told my mother-in-law, do not educate that girl. When she was diagnosed with immobile cilia syndrome, because it's a death sentence, they're like, don't put her in school. It's a
the
waste of time.
hell?
She'll never amount to anything.
Oh
That's
my
terrible. When he
gosh.
said that,
Yeah.
when I heard the story, I was like, that's jacked.
Yeah, she's my sugar mama now. The smartest thing I ever did was
Hell yeah.
I quit college and let her continue on with her career when she got pregnant. It's like, no, we're pregnant. I'll drop out. I'll get the job. And then she went on and she did great things. She's doing great things.
Well, you scored.
I did.
That's awesome, man. Wait. Let me say it so you can understand me. That's awesome, man. Shit.
Right.
Wait, let me just do it with my lips. You don't even need to hear me. I
don't even need to hear
just
it.
mouth
Just,
it. Yeah.
Just
It looked like I'm about to like give a blowjob
Yeah.
or something, man. Be like, oh.
I'd be like, I think Omer's going into a seizure over there. What's
Right.
going on?
I think Omar's actually had like 5 strokes. He just doesn't know it.
Well, maybe like 10 or 12.
Right.
But they're not the same kind of strokes that Levi's got,
I will tell you this. if you had a way to go, a stroke is not a bad way to go. It's almost just like falling asleep or getting knocked out, passing out. You know,
Yeah.
just yeah, it's not a bad, you know. Just saying, if I had a choice, like how I'm going to die, I wouldn't mind another stroke, just kind of slowly making me dizzy and everything going black.
Let me say this. So my father had a stroke maybe like 6 or 7 years before he passed. He finally passed because
Hmm.
he had a pulmonary embolism in his leg that it went to his brain. But
Right,
that's like a side effect of the stroke, you know.
right.
And so he had a stroke, and he had a little bit of course, the paralyzed on the left side, and he had to do therapy for about 3 months. And he had the stroke away from home, and it actually happened. So I'm down here, and we're deep South Texas, near Brownsville, McAllen area, over by SpaceX. And they were my sister and my dad and my mom and my nephew were driving to California to go to Disneyland. And on
Oh,
the way, he
bummer.
had this stroke while driving.
Oh,
Um, and somehow he managed to pull over and tell my sister to take over driving. And she had the stroke. They think outside of San Antonio. So he just felt kind of weird and a little bit off. And then about 3 hours later, he actually started showing symptoms of something. They said if they had gotten him to the hospital sooner, he would have been fine. But they were in the middle of nowhere, outside north of like because once you go past San Antonio going north, there's really nothing. You know, there's Junction, that's like the next biggest city, and they don't have a good
hmm,
hospital there at all. So the next big city is Flagstaff, and then there's a hospital there. And then the one after that is like 2 hours away in El Paso, which is at the very tip of the corner of the westernmost part of the state. So my sister didn't stop in Flagstaff because it was in the middle of the night, and she was freaking out, and everybody's freaking out, and they didn't call 911, and they were like, oh, and my dad kept saying he's okay, and so she did the other 2 hours to get to El Paso, and they got stuck in El Paso, and my dad was there for like 6 months, and
mm,
it was a pain in the ass driving back and forth, you know, and he wanted to come home, and it
right.
was it was rough. But anyways, ever since then, he had his spirit was laughter, man. He would make fun of himself all the time with like stuttering speech stuff and all sorts of weird stuff. He just to try to make people laugh. He would walk real slow on purpose and stuff because of
Right.
the the paralyzation on the half side when he could
Hmm.
actually a little bit faster, but because he was just being a jerk and being trying to be funny, he'd make it seem like he was like real slow.
Right.
Yeah, he
Right.
was. He's like,
Just
I'm just
fucking with
messing with
people.
you. Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
only.
he
It's the
loved
only thing.
it.
It's the only fun I got left. Just fucking with
Yeah,
people.
and so he did get like the clenched hand thing, the lockjaw hand. He'd like have the
Right.
lockjaw hand on one
Yeah.
of his
Mine's.
hands. Yeah, eventually he
Yeah.
got it
Mine's
worked
fine.
out. But when he had the lockjaw hand thing, he would like play it up and stuff around people and be like, "Hey, can you get me?" Like and act like he was really affected and stuff. So
Right.
people would be nicer to him and stuff. It was the
Mm.
funniest thing ever, man.
They they didn't give me my stroke medicine for I'm not sure if it was 24 hours. My surgery was the next day. They got me, so they diagnosed me. They put you in the tube. They go, okay, you've had 3 strokes. You know, the little stars show up and they show you the chart and like, hey, look at these stars on your brain. And and they shove you up into a room. They're like, hey, are you hungry? And I'm like, yeah, I would like a hamburger. And I eat the hamburger and I start puking. And I assumed it was ketchup. Because my wife was like, "That's blood," and I'm like, "No, it's ketchup from the hamburger." And she's like, "No, that's blood." And
What?
they check my blood pressure, and my blood pressure is dropping, so they can't give me my anti so you don't get the clots and stuff into your brain. So they
Right,
can't
right.
give me that drug because now they so
Yeah, that
I've
was a
had
big
it.
deal. Blood pressure was always a big deal with my pops.
Yeah. I blew a blood vessel in the side of my stomach and I didn't know it. So I was bleeding internally by the time they got me up to ICU.
What in the
And
world?
so they're like, no stroke drugs. You gotta have surgery on your stomach tomorrow. And so by midnight it had really kicked in. And I had to, because you're on a fall watch. You know, the minute you get up out of bed, like an alarm goes off and shit.
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
so you gotta call the nurse. Like, hey, I gotta go tinkle.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so I'm like, hey, I gotta go tinkle. And by the time I got to the bathroom, I got dizzy enough where I started puking. So I'm leaning over the toilet, and I felt so bad, and because now my stomach is full of nothing but blood, and I'm sitting there puking like the scene from freaking what's that? The Omen. Where's that girl in the bed where she's like puking all over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Uh-huh.
got like projectile blood vomit, and it went all over the
The
freaking walls
Exorcist.
in the bathroom, and it's
Oh
just like
man.
streaking down the walls. And I'm just sitting there puking. I'm just like, and the nurse is like, got his head in the door, and I'm like apologizing to him at the same time. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. He's like, don't worry about it, bro. Just we'll get it cleaned up.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess if there's any place you're gonna do that, a hospital's the place.
Yeah.
so
Yep.
my dad was always real flirtatious with the ladies at the hospital when he was in El Paso, and all the really hot nurses, they all liked him because he would try to make them laugh all the time. And my mom, she was so cute about the whole thing because she knew like it's all very difficult, right? And that they're putting up with this bullshit and stuff. And she
Right.
would just laugh, and she would just like she was very thankful to them. But they really liked my mom too because my mom was always bringing them snacks and shit and like donuts and
Right.
flowers and to the nurses and stuff. So
Right on.
they took care of my dad really well. At least they tried their best, you know.
Right. It's stressful for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah,
It,
I stayed over there a whole month out in El Paso. As soon as I heard, I drove out there and stayed in a hotel for a whole month.
damn.
Just be there.
Right.
Yeah. And then I
Yeah,
had to
they
come
had
back home for work, and I took another month off after a month of being back, you know. So
they only had me in for 4 days. That was
wow,
it.
that's
Yeah.
Wow.
wow.
That was it. They kicked me out after 4 days, and that was after the stomach surgery too, because that he had to. He said usually when that vein pops, he says I either cauterize it or I staple it. And he says yours was so big I had to do both. You have cauterization and staples.
Wow.
So yeah, it was just 4 days later, and I was back home again. At the
I'm gonna
grand
take a little
total of,
potty.
well, hey, let's
Take a little.
we got to get out of here. We got another show
Oh,
starting in about 40 minutes, and Pops might have to set up some shows when he gets back, maybe.
I was just
So,
gonna
Mr.
take a
Omer
little potty
Glitch,
break.
where can people find you, Mr. Omer Glitch?
You can find me at Omer Glitch on YouTube, Instagram, X, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and also on Pill.net. I'm also on Rumble too, but yeah, that's where you can find me.
Woo.
Very cool, very cool. How about Christy? Where can people find you?
Okay, you guys just go read the free magazine at flipcitymag.com. That's
Link
all
is
I
in the
want
chat.
people to do.
Right
Go,
there.
it's free, damn it. Go look at it. If you don't know what Flip City is, go do that.
It's worth it. It's funny. It totally is.
It's awesome. Yeah, I've looked at it. It's great.
Cool.
And you can find me Saturday through Tuesday on the Madness Entertainment Group's website, the meg.tv for scheduling, usually on the DrawStreams. The rest of the time, you can find me at Levi Skiing, at Three Stroke Studios, and at Galaxy Memorial Park is my comic book. Other than
Awesome.
that,
Hey, thanks for sending me a link. It was fun hanging out with you guys.
thanks for showing up. It was nice having you.
I try to entertain as much as possible.
I'm gonna go on every stream I can with Omar.
Oh man.
And then
man.
until he's comfortable enough to start ragging on me, because I want to
Right.
see what he does with me.
No. I only so the first time I met Levi, I said something stupid about strokes or whatever, like what's with the 3 strokes or whatever, and I was just being dumb.
Right.
And Levi just told me the whole story, and I was like, damn, Levi, I feel like shit now. Thanks. Yeah.
Well, it's the running joke. You know, my wife
Right.
called me 3 strokes before I had strokes. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's
not
funny.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
right,
quick,
guys.
Levi. You're quick, huh?
I'm quick. 3-stroke
You're
quick.
Yep.
All right, guys.
I'm almost there.
He's
honey.
almost there. Here's one of my favorite freaking commercials right here. Talk to you guys
All right,
later.
buddy. All right,
Bye.
take care.
Bye, guys.
Little president in his sandbox play, build a tower, make it stay. Digging deep through the golden sand, building the future with your hands. Tiny suits and shiny shoes, making plans and making news. Friends all gather to join along, in the sandbox they all belong. Little president from that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is the USA. USA. Share your dreams with everyone, sandbox fun under the sun. Big ideas taking flight, with little Trump everything's bright. Dig a moat, build a wall, in the sandbox he stands so tall. Dreamer dream, builder build, little Trump your heart's fulfilled. Little President Trump that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is the USA. Hooray, hooray, for the USA.
On the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic.